Approximately halfway around the world, from the east coast of North America, are the Mariana Islands, the southernmost of which is the island of Guam. One way to get there is by flying from Charlotte, North Carolina to Houston, Texas, 2.5 hours, and then to Honolulu, Hawaii for about 7.5 hours. Crossing the international dateline, you continue on a southwesterly direction to Guam for another 7 hours. Counting layovers, this journey takes approximately 19 to 20 hours. Finally, to get to Chuuk, you fly another 1 hour and 30 minutes, 612 miles, heading toward a southeasterly direction. As Continental Air Micronesia begins its descent into Chuuk onto the island of Moan, in Chuukese, Wainer, one is struck by the mystique and majesty of God's wonderful creation. In stark contrast to landing on a sprawling airport near a large city, one wonders where the airport is and prays that the plane's landing gear will not miss the runway. The fact is, you only see the terminal as the plane whizzes by before it quickly comes to a speed slow enough to make a 180-degree turn to taxi back to the terminal. Once you come out from the baggage claim area, you will be greeted with Rananim and welcome to Chuuk by young women or children who will put a lei of flowers over you and a marmar or two to go with it. On December 1991, the Guam Region Assembly affirmed a proposal to be presented at the first regional chapter in Belmont the following year. At that time, Sisters Grace and Erencia were already in the community. The Guam delegates to the first regional chapter in June 1992 presented the proposal that a study be done on the feasibility of opening a house on Chuuk State. In a correspondence to Sister Mary Cabrini, then President of the Guam region, Bishop Amando Samuel of the Diocese of the Caroline Islands extended a formal invitation to the community. On October 8, 1994, Sisters Grace and Erencia made their solemn final profession of vows in Chuuk during a liturgy incorporating the music and culture of the people. After the Mass, family and friends gathered outside the church where dignitaries and event organizers made speeches and outer islanders provided cultural entertainment. On September 15, 1996, after a 30-day retreat in the Republic of Palau, Sister Cabrini arrived on Chuuk to join Sister Grace, and thus began the mission. Sister Grace taught at Saramin Chuuk Academy, while Sister Cabrini headed the development office of the diocese and taught part-time at the school. Besides their main ministries, the two sisters began a vocation recruitment program in which they invited girls to the convent for a come-and-see experience. Sister Erencia continues this program in addition to her full-time ministry as Vice Principal of Saramin Chuuk Academy. Outer Island peoples in the state of Chuuk live simply and close to the earth. Women prepare food for their celebrations on the ground, and people sleep on woven mats on the ground or wooden floors. Community and family are very strong in their cultural practice. Without the modern conveniences of developed societies, they enjoy the simple pleasures of village celebrations of their faith communities as well as those of their clan ceremonials. While the Western world celebrates the advancement of women's equality in society, a visitor to the outer islands of Chuuk will wonder whether they are living in the same world village with the women who instantly squat when a male relative approaches her or is simply passing by. This deference or sign of respect, squatting, walking on knees, bending down for the male relatives from the maternal side of the family is a strong behavioral tradition among the outer island people. Women may not speak to the assembly of the community during a meeting. A woman conveys her opinion, comment, or concerns to a male who in turn speaks on her behalf to the community. Children love to have their pictures taken. and would pose for anyone with a camera. Because of their distance from the lagoon, where the concentration of the population is situated, the outer island communities seldom have the privilege of sacramental celebration. Here, a child toddler holds his own baptismal candle, while his mother and godmother look on. The life of the people, especially in the outer islands, revolves around their faith community. Because the presence and ministries of the Jesuit missionaries are still strong, native vocations to the priesthood and religious life continue to grow and take on the responsibility for evangelization and of strengthening the faith of the people. Visitor arrivals on the island and special church ceremonies call for dances and feasting. The whole village, women, men, and children all take part in these events. In the lagoon, as well as on the outer islands, the speedboat is a major means of transportation. But with the rising price of gas, over $4 a gallon, the people are beginning to reclaim their art of canoe making to replace the speedboats. This is according to an older man from the outer islands. Small industry in the lagoon is the outdoor market, where locals sell bananas, breadfruit, tangerine, star apple, coconut, as well as very few local vegetables, taro, tapioca, and cooking bananas, and lots of fish. A few supermarkets, nothing comparable to those found in the US, are found where imported goods are sold. Department stores are almost non-existent in Chuuk. Clothing stores are like those shown in these shops along the street. The justice system, although based on that of the United States, lacks necessary human financial resources, and these needs continue to cripple the system. To our knowledge, there are no native judges, and competent attorneys are sorely lacking. The prison facility and service to inmates are grossly inadequate, so the families and people of goodwill often bring food to the prisoners. The fire department is in the same sad state. Health service in Chuuk is very poor. The only hospital facility lacks professional staff and equipment to address adequately the health problems caused by poor diet and lack of education. It is hard to distinguish between the patients and visitors in the hospital because there are no linens or hospital garments provided. Families have to bring in their own linens or mats for the duration of their patients' stay. Because of the continuing erosion of the economy, many young people have migrated to Guam, Saipan, Hawaii, and other states in the mainland U.S. Despite the below poverty standards of the Chuukese people, they continue to depend on their natural resources for their basic need for food, and they enjoy the wealth of the beauty that surrounds them and the loving God who enfolds them. Everyday pageantry of cumulus clouds against the blue skies, with frequent rainbows overarching sacred land and pristine sea. This place of God's magnificent living art is one of the best kept secrets of our modern world.